Parallel, lifts the pole into the power position here, right hand just under the ear, left hand over the elbow, shoulders as straight as possible, and then he lifts both hands up. The tip will hit the middle of the box. As it slides to the back, he finishes his plant off, the pole bends, and off he goes. First thing we're going to do is make sure we got that takeoff point correct. It's the line down from the top hand to the toe where we've previously marked it. That's the takeoff point. Now we're going to have Aaron swivel around. What we're going to let him go into is regular run. This time he's going to start with his right foot back because it's more natural with him. Most right-handers will want to start with the right foot back. We're going to have him take 5 lefts. No matter how many lefts you practice, the next to last left is the start of the plant. So he's going to take 5 lefts and put a plant on the end of it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would suggest that you use a varying amount of lefts for a right-handed vaulter. Practice with 10 lefts, 9, 7, 8. Always planting the pole 1 step from the end. If you don't start the plant 1 left from the end, you're never going to make it. You've got to start then. You've got to let the tip of the pole come to the parallel and then start from that next to last left.
Let's look at this outstanding vaulter's last 3 steps and how well he executes the plant. On the first of the last 3 steps, the vaulter has the pole parallel, he's upright, his foot is under his knee, and he's ready to execute a great plant. On his second step, the vaulter has raised both arms. He's in an excellent position to keep those arms moving upward, very much like pushing a seesaw up. On his last step of the plant, the vaulter has extended both arms upward. I would say that his right arm is a little bit too straight at this point.
Drive swing starts immediately following the takeoff and continues as long as the vaulter's forward and upward momentum continues. In the swing up, the vaulter harnesses the tremendous power that was created during the takeoff and the drive swing. The vaulter simply becomes a gymnast on a high bar executing a giant swing. The power of the swing keeps the pole bending and moving towards the vertical.
Once the vaulter's hips have risen to at least the level of his head, the vaulter starts the pull turn. What he does is pull first. He keeps his arms in the same position, begins to break his left arm down a little bit by pulling back towards the body. As his left arm breaks, the elbow goes on the inside of the pole. He keeps pulling back towards the body as the hips rise. Once the hips are high enough, he's right on the pole. Then he decides to use a unit turn. The whole body turns to his left and he stays close to the pole. The hips continue flying up.
Flyaway is the last part of the vault and will happen naturally if the previous steps have been executed properly. As the pull turn ends, the left hand releases the pole and the legs and hips start to rise over the crossbar. As the top hand releases the pole, the hips arch over the top of the crossbar with the head still being low. As the legs start to drop down, the head gets lifted up and the vaulter needs to make sure he keeps his elbows pointed outward so he won't throw the chest on top of the crossbar. Once you've cleared the crossbar, the legs drop underneath the body, and the vaulter enjoys a long ride down to the pit.